Hello, I am Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz November 22, 2011, 39 minutes after midnight, Birmingham, Alabama. Topic, an update. Fast and Furious may be coming here. I'm going to give you a little update on some numbers that I gave you several blogs back and on the Drug Cartel. The Drug Cartel were not in Brownsville. They are on, if you stand, well, they're on the western rim of Mexico. This is where they operate. This is where they killed two ICE agents not too far out of Mexico City and right on down into Tijuana over to Juarez. This is kind of their territory. The death rate has totally exploded. I think the last figure I gave you was 45,000. It was, and I was off. The news had said somewhere around 37, 38,000, and I said that was incorrect, that it was more like 45,000. Well, the count as it stands right now today, and it seems like this is going to be a pretty accurate number of known deaths, will hit 50,000 by the end of this month, if it hadn't already. And just to give you some ideas, they kill on the average in Juarez alone between 11 and 30 a day. Juarez and only Juarez. Not counting all the city. Now, keep in mind, Juarez, if you go from Juarez and you go west, there's several places through there up to Tijuana where you can cross. All these cities, I keep saying cities, I apologize. All these towns, they're taken over. The drug cartels own them. 10,000 businesses in Juarez closed in the last 2.5 years. 10,000. 100,000 Mexicans, get this, lost their jobs because of the drug cartels. This thing is exploding and it's gonna far reach the border towns of Mexico. It's coming to us. You stand by and you watch and you be ready. Mark my words, we'll see it, and it won't be long. Fast and Furious was meant to do one thing: sell some weapons, track the weapons to the owners, which would hopefully have led to the cartel's leaders. But for all we know, the cartel leaders live in Washington, D.C., or they live in Dallas, Texas. They may live in Maryland. We don't know. They may live in Atlanta. But the weapons that were sold, hopefully to track it to the head of the drug cartels, backfired. They lost control. They lost everything they had on every weapon that was sent over. They lost. How in the world did this happen? I'm not sure that they were looking hard enough if they lost tracking these weapons. They hoped to track the weapons to the owners and to the cartel's leaders. It is said that as many as 2,000 guns each day, this is counting today, goes into Mexico from our borders. In the border, on Mexican side, they don't even check. Tractor trailers, vans, cars, mules or whatever. Well, mules, they use people. And just recently, just the other day, there was a woman they call them a mew. I don't know what kind of money they paid her. They probably paid her $200 or $300. She had a shopping cart, and it had 4 stacks of bullets, AR-15, AK-47, 9mm out the Yin Yang 38s, stacked up. And the only reason she got caught is because when she pushed that buggy into the Mexican side and walked right on through the station there, and there's a circle. Most of these Mexican towns that you enter have a circle, and it's for people to turn around and go back out. Anyway, they do. It's a turnaround, pretty big turnaround. Well, there's also buses there waiting to carry people inside of Mexico. The only way she got caught with this supermarket thing full of about 250 pounds of bullets is she couldn't lift the shopping cart and put it on the bus. So what happens? One of the Border Patrol Mexican side walks over to help her lift it up, and it tumbles over. Well, it tumbles over with thousands of dollars worth of AK-47 shells, AR-15s, 9mm, 38s, 45s. My God, this is why they're coming and going freely. Are these people paid off at the border or not? Personally, I'd say yes, they are. Look at all we check that comes on our side. Look at what they check that comes on their side. Nothing. So look, be prepared. I just want to warn you. And another thing, I was sitting here watching the commentary. There was American company. It wasn't that Ling lady on a documentary. It was another gentleman, but he was talking to 3 kids on the street, and all 3 each had 2 guns, and both were 9mm stuffed in their pants. And here, their mother is standing right over here by them, and the camera said, "Are you guys involved in this drugs?" They said, "No, but we have been used before." And each of them pulled their shirt up and said, "We want to join the Zeta cartel so we can make a lot of money." And the guy said, "What do you have to do to make a lot of money?" He said, "Kill people." Right there to the camera. Well, as he was recording them and doing his documentary on these 3 kids and the mother that was standing just a few feet away, a van, a red Chevrolet Astro van with the side door open, was backing down the street pretty fast at them. Well, the mother runs out and she started yelling, "Please don't shoot my kids. Please don't shoot my kids." I can't believe it. I mean, this was shown right there. And the camera even followed her. The camera panned inside the van. You got 3 Mexicans inside the van, heavy weapons, and they pointed at those 3 and said, "We're going to come back and kill those MFs." And looked at the camera and said, "But we won't right now." And the camera, as he panned and the van moved, there was children in the back of the van. Look, people, they're about to cross here. They're going to come here. They're going to follow the money. You know it. Right now, they have exceeded that number, that magic number, in my opinion, of 50,000 murdered people in 4 years, all because of drugs. Get on your knees. Ask God to soak them with the Holy Spirit. Jody Wolf, Expoz.